Welcome to VintageTech, the show where we talk about old technology are popular, recognizable, obscure. Now, for the season 1 finale, I know what you're thinking. What's the point in saying recognizable, obscure when all tech you covered so far are recognizable? Well, that's gonna change because today we're talking about the VTech V.Smile. Now, this system is a bit obscure but still heard of. Now, before I start, time for a story! During the 6th generation of games, there was a huge change in the industry of the consoles. Online console gaming, DVD playback, an increase in more mature games, etc, etc. Of course, one system from this generation ditched these things but had some edutainment stuff, the VTech V.Smile. Now, before I start on the introduction of the system, I need to talk about some history. During the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and early 2010s, we had a slew of edutainment games for computers, such as the Oregon Trail, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, The Logical Journey of the Zoom Beanies, the Jumpstart series, and Math Blaster. But what if there's an edutainment console that plays games on cartridges and can hook up to your television? This is where the VTech V.Smile comes in, released in 2004. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with VTech, they're a Hong Kong-based company founded in 1976 by Alan Wong and Stephen Leung. In contrast to what the company produces today, they started out making electronic games, and their first game system is a VTech Create Division, released in 1982 only in Hong Kong. Yeah, even the more well-known companies got to start at different business ventures than what you think they're best known for these days. However, their second system, and their first educational system, is the VTech Socrates, released in 1988. Because of that, the VTech V.Smile is their third game system and their second educational system. VTech's biggest competitor, or rather former biggest competitor in the educational system market, was Leapfrog. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre VTech stopped making electronic games before, or making educational toys. Oh, and they also make colorless telephones, which they still do, and personal computers, most notably the Laser series, specifically the Laser 128, an Apple II clone. Now, they also made educational laptops. If you want to learn more about those, check out this video by Nostalgia Nerd. Anyway, time to talk about the system itself. The V.Smile is powered by a SunPlus SPG2XX, which is, funny enough, the same chip used in many plug-and-plays by Jax Pacific at the time. On the front, we have separate on and off buttons indicated by both sun and moon icons respectively. Now, that is unusual. Normally, game systems at that time and even nowadays have a power button and or switch that turns the game system on or off, but the V.Smile has two separate buttons to turn the unit on or off. Then we have two PS2 keyboard ports for the controllers. We will talk about the controllers after I recorded this paragraph. Then there is the cartridge port for certain ROM cartridges called Smartridges. On the top we have a reset button. However, it should be noted that this button was only featured on this first generation model. Then we have a compartment for holding 6 Smartridges. On the back, we have the connector for the optional, but recommended, AC adapter, and the composite video out where the RCA cables are hardwired into the system. I'm not over this one shit mess. On bottom, we have a battery compartment for 3 C-cell batteries. Okay, I think I might as well measure this system myself. And wait, tape measure out. Now I'm only doing this because there's no discrete information about the measurements and dimensions. Anyway, let's get the tape measure out. Measure the width. Now because of how wavy it is, it's very difficult to discrete. I think that's around 7 inches in height, 8 inches in length, and around 3 inches deep. Of course, those are not accurate information. This is why most game consoles these days are boxy. Now we need to talk about a controller for the system. We have a big enter button, 4 colored buttons, a help button, an exit button, and a learning zone button. Then we have a joystick as a directional input. Now you can switch the position of the joystick to either left or right of the buttons. I usually prefer the left because that is the standard configuration for most gamepads. Now this controller got a different variation, which is this one, with a built-in drawing tablet and stylus. Some games use a drawing pad and stylus, like with this restricted third game shown here, usually in the learning zone. We also have the V.Smile drawing tablet that works with the V.Smile Art Studio Smartridge. Then we got a keyboard called the Smart Keyboard, where this one has a joystick looking similar to the one from the ColecoVision, but there's still the standard enter button, due to the The colored buttons and the usual buttons help learn zone X button, meaning that this can be used as a standard V.Smile controller, but this one is designed for the Smart Keyboard Smartridge. In addition, there's the V.Smile Smartbook, which allows you to use these activity books in conjunction with special Smartridges. It's also an accessory that can also be used as a standard controller, though a bit inconvenient.
Wait, time out. That is unless if you put the pen inside this little holder. So, it's playing it like this. Kind of gives you a bit of cramps.
Then we have the dance mat for jam and dance class Smartridge, because yes, the V.Smile has its own DDR clone. There's also one more controller, but we'll talk about that later.
Well, those are controllers. Oh, there's one controller I forgot to mention. There's one that has a variation of this joystick, but with a learn zone button being more oval-shaped and solid color buttons. But other than that, it's the same as this joystick. Now, what tiles are available for the V.Smile, you may ask?
Most of the Smartridges released during the V.Smile's lifespan are usually based on licensed properties, such as Little Einsteins, an appropriate example of a Smartridge based on the entertainment show, Shrek, SpongeBob Squarepants, Scooby-Doo, and Cars. Although the examples I listed already had at least one game on the major game systems. Let's talk about the design of the Smartridges.
Well, they're wavy on the top. I love that feel to it. And they have a springy shield to protect the media from dust. I wonder where I've heard that before. And then on the back, it actually tells the different learning contents. Like this Cars Revisions actually teaches letters, vocabulary, mathematics, logic, observation, classification, and math skills.
Smartridges are categorized in 3 groups: early learners, junior thinkers, and masterminds. Most Smartridges are colored purple, but they can turn gray if exposed to UV light. However, if Smartridge uses a Smartbook accessory, it will be colored red. Then there are only a few Smartridges that are colored yellow, as they require a specific accessory to work.
Some of the Smartridges have unique tiles like SpongeBob Squarepants Day Live Sponge, Shrek's Dragon's Tail, and Cars Rapid Rain Air Springs, while others like Little Einsteins don't. Of course, it's kind of funny why you have unique tiles, considering there's usually only one game in that license available for the V.Smile. I think the simple explanation to why is that so that they can't be confused with licensed games on the big name systems from the same franchise. Anyway, enough chat. Time for a demonstration of the V.Smile system. Okay, V.Smile is hooked up and ready to go. Now, as much as I love using a power supply, where I said optional but recommended, yeah, it could work sometime. So I'm going to be using the C-cell batteries. Now, I actually sourced these from my Speak and Spell, which I used in episode 12 of the series. You know, the A, B, C, yeah, that thing. Now, let's demonstrate the game. Now, normally I would demonstrate by using a first-party tile, but there's few, if any, of the original properties for VTech's products. I mean, there's hardly any of them. For V.Smile, we have things like Alphabet Park Adventure, the Zaisu series, and the Adventures of Little Red Riding Hood. Then, like I said before, most of V.Smile stuff is licensed material, so I think we should start them. And what better way to do an entertainment system than entertainment with a Smartridge based on an entertainment show? Now, given the fact it might be obvious to start with Door Explorer, Doors Fix Adventure, but I need to start with a Smartridge that pretty much defined my childhood, along with Pokemon. And that, of course, being this Little Einstein Smartridge. Now, if you haven't heard of this show, well, buckle up! This is going to be an interesting one. Little Einsteins is a preschool series that aired on Disney Channel under the Playhouse Disney block from 2005 to 2009. Created by the Baby Einstein Company, who, at the time, was still owned by Disney and Curious Pictures. Now, Curious Pictures is a multimedia company that worked on things like the tiles for Star Trek Motion Picture and the offbeats for Nickelodeon's Kablam, but he also delved into some television programming, most notably Cartoon Network's Codename Kids Next Door. Anyway, Little Einsteins got started with a direct-to-video movie titled Our Huge Adventure, and it was a direct-to-video movie as rated by the FDA. It will later become adapted to the TV series we all know and love. As a matter of fact, Our Huge Adventure later became 2 episodes as part of the last episode of Season 1, a brand new outfit and a missing invitation. And Season 2 have more episodes than Season 1. there are actually 4 characters, and along with that rocket ship. Leo, June, Quincy, and Annie. Now, Leo, whose real name is Leonardo, is a conductor and leader of the group.
Mission completion!
June is the dancer of the group, and is from China, hence she has different eyes than the rest of the gang. Quincy's the instrumentist, and is also afraid of the dark.
Well, I'm scared!
And Annie's the singer and youngest group, along with the fact that she is Leo's sister. As a matter of fact, in that second season, she actually got a microphone.
Hi, I'm Annie.
Oh yeah, Little Einsteins ran for 2 seasons.
What made this show special is its use of 2D animation, 3D animation, live-action footage, and even famous works of art. I mean, the Little Einsteins were animated 2D, while some things, most notably Rocket, were animated 3D. Then we have works of art like Vincent Van Gogh's picture is seen in our Huge Adventure special, movie. And it also incorporates the music, like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and even the Blue Danube, which the Glass River Ball uses.
It ended with the series finale called Rocket's Fire Rescue. Well, on television to be exact, as was released on DVD before that. Anyway, enough talk. Let me say. Now, this one's actually based on the episode The Glass Slipper Ball, which is a season 2 episode. Yeah, this one shows art for season 1. And that is evident with the design of Annie. Okay, for those who don't know, Annie got a different design in the second season. In the first season, she wore a green shirt and a blue dress, whereas second season, she wore a light blue shirt with a pink dress. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. You know, that's actually common merchandising there, especially if they put Annie in there. Though then again, the interactive book that's based on the episode did feature Annie in her season 1 design. Now, this is actually one of only 2 times Little Einsteins appears on a game platform. The others being the Game Boy Advance, which I actually was more familiar with. Or actually, one of 3 times. Because while I was actually looking up, I actually found that the Leapfrog Zippity, which for those who don't know, it's actually Korean collaboration with Disney. I actually saw a Glee box, and I actually recognized that rocket ship. And by the way, the rocket ship the kids run is named Rocket. Anyway, let's demonstrate the system. Okay, story time's over. Let's start it up. Let's turn it on. There's VTech.
V.Smile.
Oh, that kid's so cute. That's actually the mascot known as a V-Pal. Oh, it's at the Disney logo. This one. Yeah.
Disney's Little Einsteins.
Ah, yeah, that's a show. No.
Learning Adventure.
Now, all Smartridges always feature at least a learning adventure.
Learning Zone.
And
Options.
now,
Learning Adventure.
is the story mode, at least, well,
Learning Zone.
is a collection of mini-games to teach your kids how to learn. And then,
Options.
let you adjust different settings. Let's demonstrate that first. Though most of the options will let you set your
Limited chances.
chances are limited or,
Limited chances.
yeah.
Limited chances.
You can turn on your music
Music on.
or
Music off.
off. So, why'd you want to turn the music off when this is the Little Einsteins? Anyway, let's start with the learning adventure for obvious reasons.
Learning. Adventure.
Now this one features some more unusual things. Now, if you go play Learning Adventure through Adventure Play, you'll get cutscenes. Yep, that's the episode.
The Glass Slipper Ball.
Oh, now this is unusual. Now, if you haven't watched the Little Einsteins show, normally a tile is usually introduced by either Annie or Quincy. As a former actually said the episode title, this game is based on.
Music, The Blue Danube Waltz. Written by Johann Strauss.
Wow, the Blue Danube. I like how they get into their positions.
Hi, I'm practicing my favorite thing in the whole world.
Let's look at those cutscenes. Oh, full voice acting.
Listen.
Unheard of.
Hear music?
Oh, June checks her telescope. Which, if you don't know, that telescope is actually seen in many Einsteins episodes.
From there.
But I'll imagine it to be the first episode, not the movie, called Ring Around the Planet.
Ooh, it's a glass slipper.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that the episodes.
Slipper is given to a great dancer. You're a great dancer, June. They should give it to
wait.
you. Do you think they might give me the glass slipper?
Oh, obviously yes.
Well, then I'll have to go and see. Oh, but the glass slipper ball starts at 12 o'clock. You know what that means, team? We've got a mission. We're going to help June get to the palace so she can dance at the glass slipper ball. Let the mission begin. Prepare for glass.
Okay, this is the usual sequence.
Rocket, lots of power.
Now you gotta press this enter button
That was us.
and time it to the rhythm.
Put the joystick on your lap and tap at the same time as the music note passes through the outline on the screen. Press enter to...
Now this is actually the usual sequence in lines. Unlike that GBA game though, where it was a button masher, this one actually times the rhythm. Oh, one thing I should say is that for the episodes of our huge adventure, they actually had trimmed down stuff to most likely to fit time. Particularly an example scene in the part where Leo yells, "Reverse paddles!" I mean, I'll show you a scene for that original special pilot movie. Yeah, you can see why I changed. Now, I won't go for playthrough because I don't want to become an hour. You know, that announcer is kind of very silly because there's only like 4 actors in the entire series. Well, I mean, Jesse Schwartz voices Leo. Oh. The reason why I'm recording this again because I think that pansy was just a bit usual.
Rocket says he's ready. Then let's go.
I'm gonna show you Normandy Wrestling Adventure. That's under the Deep Blue Danube.
Help Rocket swim. Treble clap.
That's actually something from Phoenix Demon episodes. Now, going back to Blue Einsteins. In the Our Huge Adventure special, Leo has a lot of spiky hair, whereas in the TV series, he only has 6 strands.
Rocket, find
This can lead to a bunch of continuity errors in the show.
Listen to this piece of music.
Oh, just look at this tunnel.
Use the joystick to pilot Rocket. Press enter when you find the tunnel that has the same music. Well done.
Oh, phew.
Sharp.
Yeah, I press the enter when you can actually go super fast.
Listen to this piece of music.
Oh. Da-da-da. No.
Use the joystick to pilot Rocket. Press
Which one
enter
should be?
when you find the tunnel that has the same music. Well done.
Anyway, I'll just cut to the end for a bit. Okay, so just a bit of a quick ad. I just hit the exit button, you know, that little door icon, and you can actually, this actually gave me a perfect opportunity I select new game or continue game. So let's continue. And this actually is based off that super fast sequence from season 2. You know.
Super fast!
Anyway, I'll just cut to the end. Okay, so now I've completed the learning adventure.
Congratulations. That's a new high score.
Now,
You did it, June. You got the glass slipper.
well, so much for being based on an episode.
Now you.
Oh. Oh wow, now Leah's gonna do that iconic mission completion.
It's time for the curtain.
Oh yeah, it's the usual curtain call.
Way to go, team.
Wow. You know, in that second season... Oh, there's Rocket.
Let's give a big cheer for the music of the day. Listen.
Oh wow, that blew the noob.
Music, The Blue Danube Waltz. Written by Johann Strauss. Hooray! See you on the next mission.
Wow.
Adventure play.
You know, like I said before, the second season actually adds the "That's so silly" segments! Well, except for Firebird Special.
Use the joystick to scroll through the activities. Then press enter to make a choice.
Now, one cool thing about the V.Smile is the goodbye message. When you try to turn the system off,
See you later.
it says a goodbye message. I mean, this one's actually based on Glycerol. They should base one like something like Annie's solo mission, or even a Ring Around Planet, or hell, even Hungarian Hiccups, as that was the introduction of the little Einstein's arch enemy, Big Jet. Now, anyway, time for another Smart Show revision. Somebody once told me that I'm on Kids Game Console on a purple Smartridge. Now, Shrek actually has 2 games for the V.Smile. Actually, I mean 2 purple Smartridges. What the fuck am I talking about? Now, this one this one, Shrek's Dragon's Tail, and Shrek the Third Harvest School Adventure. But I'm going to show you Dragon's Tail because I want to show you something. And this will demonstrate one thing I want to show you. Oh, if you want to skip these intros, you can just press the enter button. Yep, that's Shrek's Dragon's Tail.
Dragon's Tail. Learning adventure.
Well, some Smartridges have a quick play to learn adventure session.
Play.
Now, for quickly, you can put. Let's pick a lot of time for us because I want you to take a listen to the music.
Man, this is scary. Quiet. Too quiet. Where is everybody?
Haven't know about it. That was from the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
La, la.
Oh, shut up, donkey. Everyone uses music stolen from Legend. Okay, how would a commercial product use music stolen from Legend of Zelda?
Listen, we're singing again. If we can get all 6.
Although I doubt Nintendo took legal action.
This is
But
let's keep moving.
while I'm in here, it's also important for you to try those colored buttons. Now, these colored buttons are more mainly used for multiple choice. But for Shrek's Dragon Tail, we press the red button, Shrek will do is... Roar! If you press the yellow button, you guys should bring up the stats menu. And press again, you go that. The blue one doesn't do anything. But the green button lets you switch between Ogre. I'm gonna play Shrek because somebody once told me that I'm a child character.
This is fun.
Now, those colored buttons are pretty useful for those multiple choice answers. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it before I show you the third Smartridge.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play like this. Yeah, I just don't like these reversible controls as they could be very wonky. Well, I won't be showing you a full demo of it because I don't want to become a two-parter again. So, next Smartridge. Let's just read gameplay of Shrek's Dragon Tail. Now let's demonstrate our Smartridge. SpongeBob Squarepants, a day in the life of a sponge. Let's hope it doesn't this time. Now, I only added a dolphin sensor just for fun. VTech.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Learning.
Now,
Learning zone. Learning zone.
it's a perfect time for me to demonstrate the learning zone.
Options. Learning zone. Goodbye.
Now, we'll be right back. Technical difficulties. Well, looks like I'm playing this in the right-handed.
Learning.
Now, I want to demonstrate the learning zone. The access to the learning zone, you can just you gotta head to the learning zone in the main menu. Alternatively, you can press the learning zone button and go to there at any time. Oh shit! What I forgot to mention in the Shrek Dragon Tail Smartridge is that these buttons actually light up. Yeah, that's actually cool. Anyway, this one has 4. Now, for each Smartridge, you actually adjust the difficulty, set the amount of players. You know what? What the fuck? Let's just set it to difficult. This one's...
Collect the shape shown at the top. Press enter.
This one's actually a fun one to do.
Oh, barnacles. Oh,
You gotta click the shape on the show on the top.
Let's try another one. Let's try another one.
I have a case of damn you muscle memory.
Let's try another one.
Wow.
oh, barnacles. Oh, barnacles.
Now these buttons actually do light up, but they aren't used for anything in this industrial park. They're used for one thing, and that's the, well, if I'm learning after that. Oh!
Oh, barnacles.
Oh man, it's...
Let's try another one.
Poor SpongeBob!
Good work.
Oh!
Would you like to continue?
Nope.
No. Goodbye.
Now, that's a demonstration of V.Smile. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's the point of demonstrating these Smartridges when they have at least one thing? Well, some Smartridges, like Scooby-Doo Funland Frenzy, don't even have a quick play section. And others, like the Kung Fu Panda, Path of the Panda one, actually also features additional modes, so I think it's obvious. Let's pick 3 of them. And some of them don't use these colors for its potential. Unlike Shrek, these 2 do not. Anyway, time for an accessory demonstration! Now the first accessory we're going to demonstrate is the Art Studio. You know, it's a giant drawing tablet. Let's zoom out. Yeah, look at it. Now, these accessories actually also require external batteries we use. Like this drawing tablet requires 4 AA batteries. Now, this one works with its own Smartridge. The Art Studio. And like as a reward, they're colored yellow so that they can more credit. Hey, let's plug this thing in. Now, the reason why I have it zoomed out so you can actually see what I'm using it for. Let's plug in. And let's put the pen in the stylus holder.
V.Smile.
Alright.
Welcome to the V.Smile Art Studio.
Now that's V-Pal actually spoke.
Hold down your pen to select an activity. Hold down your pen to select an activity. Hold down your pen to select an activity.
Sorry, I'm just having some technical difficulties here.
Free draw.
Let's try a free draw. Now,
Draw by yourself, Picasso.
Picasso! Where have I heard that before?
Hey, Ham! Look! I'm Picasso!
I don't get it.
You uncultured swine!
Anyway, let's draw something. And let's draw something that the kids are...
Enough with the sauce!
Okay, Bentley, I took your advice. Let's draw... How a smiley face.
Color filling.
Anyway, you can pick 2 different... I'm gonna pick shape.
Pencil. Use this to draw a line by yourself.
Now, this one actually has a D-pad. We're gonna use D-pad for... It's useful for drawing straight lines, I think. Look at that smiley face. And let's use the fill tool.
Use this to
And give it a...
with color. Sky blue.
Sky blue. Ah, perfect. Now, let's save it.
Where do you want to save this picture?
Now, this will be this is actually temporarily saved, so please take any photos if you can. And by the way, a word of warning, the V.Smile uses volatile memory, so please, 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 if you turn off the power, all that will be erased. Yeah. Well, that's the basic V.Smile for you. Okay, before anyone asks, no. The Art Studio Smartridge does not work with this updated V.Smile Smartridge. You know, ones with the drawing pads built in. Only the Art Studio controller works with the Art Studio Smartridge. Trust me, I've learned that the hard way. With that all said and done, you may think the original V.Smile system is the only one of its kind. Oh boy, you haven't seen it! Sibling devices!
The V.Smile got different revisions throughout the years. Even the original V.Smile. This second revision had some drastic changes. For example, the restart button is now on the on button. In addition, this revision is now wider.
Okay, now let's measure it. This one's around, well, 10 inches wide. Well, still around, well, I think it's around 7.5 inches. 12, and as for depth, it's, I say smaller than 3 inches. Now, let me talk about the batteries. This one takes 4 AA batteries instead of, let me zoom in, 3 C cells. AA batteries are actually more easily accessible compared to C cells, and are way too easy to find. In fact, if you collect V.Smiles, pick this one up for obvious reasons.
However, the biggest addition to this revision is a microphone, using compatible Smartridges. There's also a compartment to hold the microphone, which explains why this revision is wider. Now, the way that this microphone works is that it actually works similar to how the Famicom's second controller did. You know, the one with the microphone on it? Is that the audio from the mic actually gets sent to the audio signal and into the television. Which means, yes, you can put the infamous "Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me" song through this mic. However, a word of warning about this microphone.
The cable is hardwired in, so if it breaks, well, you do the math.
The Smartridge compartment now holds up to 8 Smartridges instead of 6, which I actually never knew about until finding a boxed image on eBay. Then finally, the last revision of the original V.Smile range is this 3rd generation one, which looks similar to the 1st generation V.Smile. But with the on button doubling as a reset switch, the Smartridge switch now holds up to 4 Smartridges, and a new feature is evident on the front of the system. This is the V.Link port for that optional V.Link USB dongle, which we will talk about later.
Of course, it'll be rather wise to compare the two together. Anyway, on this one, it has a reset button, whereas this one's missing. And it's because, like I said before, the reset button is integrated into the on button. Well, speaking of which, notice that this one and 2nd generation style light when they're turned on, whereas this one does not. So, this. Now this one can hold 4 Smartridges, whereas this one can hold 6. But this one has a flap. Yet this one doesn't. Of course, the 3rd generation V.Smile is like a hybrid of the 1st gen V.Smile and the 2nd gen. Because, you know, the on doubles is reset button. But also on the right we have a 3.5mm audio jack for a microphone. Yeah, unlike the 2nd gen, where it was hardwired, you could just use any 3.5mm microphone on it. This got me thinking about using my Razer base station headset. Anyway, notice there's something different. This one has composite video with mono, whereas this one uses stereo. Well, then again, the V.Smile is dual mono, so I can see why they actually adjusted. Now, if you notice on the bottom, they want to save some volt. The original V.Smile takes 3 C cells, whereas this one takes 4 AA batteries. Yet, they actually had to use the same battery design, just about by 2 step AA's. So if you're wondering why there's this little extra slot there, you know why. Oh, look at this! Concave!
Also worth mentioning is the PCPal V.Smile, which has an infrared sensor above the cartridge board, so I can make use of the PCPal keyboard. There's only one controller port on this revision, while the V.Link port is placed where the 2nd joystick would be.
The V.Smile came in different color variations besides the orange coating. There is a pink one of both the 1st and 2nd gen V.Smiles, which was marketed towards female audiences. Now, the V.Smile also came in special editions, usually based on live price. This red one, shown image by the way, came with Cars Rev and Red's Radio Springs Smartridge. Now, the red one is either the 1st or 2nd gen variation. There is a blue one that came with Thompson Friends Engines Working Together Smartridge.
I believe it was only sold in the UK, as it could be seen on boxes for V.Smile games sold in the UK, like this little Einsteins one shown here. And speaking of which, one thing I forgot to mention is that there is an unheard of UK dub of the show, which I never knew about was the fact that the actor who voiced Leo in that dub later on played the character Ellie in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Anyway, back on the topic. There's a yellow one, which is the version you saw, of the 3rd generation that came with Sponge Squarepants, A Day in the Life of a Sponge. There's even a translucent version that inverts the colors! While these different colors may be single, I prefer the more standard coloring, because the orange coloring fits perfectly, it says it came in that color. Now speaking of which, time for the smart keyboard demonstration.
Okay, keyboard's hooked up, ready to go. You know, the funny thing is, all the wired V.Smile controllers use a PS2 keyboard port. Now we have a PS2 keyboard for the system. Now, noticing unusual with this keyboard. The caps lock doesn't even have a light indicator. Well, I have a Logitech keyboard that doesn't have it, so this V.Smile smart keyboard's not the only one of its kind in terms of SX. I mean, early keyboards don't even have light, physical light, though they do make up for a locking key. Right now, let's turn this on.
V.Smile.
Okay, look at that.
V.Smile, Mark 4.
Okay, press enter.
Here is the main
We have computer zone.
Cyber adventure. Knowledge area
And
options.
So, like before, the options are usually set
Normal.
chance of normal or
Unlimited life. Normal. Use it. Are you okay with your settings? Options. Knowledge. Cyber.
let's do computer zone.
Please type in your name.
Yeah, the V.Smile has volatile memory. This one is like a typing.
Please create your hairstyle.
Now, this one looks similar to a mouse.
Hairstyle. Hairstyle. Welcome to the V for typing. Personal typing time.
Let's do typing.
It's time to learn how to type.
Now, this is like it's one of those typing tutors you might see on previous game consoles. Mainly original stuff like native speaking teaches typing, Jumpstart typing, although it's based on an existing series, and one I'm more familiar with, Typer Island Adventure. And it can be based on licensed property, or TV show games like SpongeBob SquarePants, Pokemon, and even Mario. Like, don't get me started with that Mario teaches typing, notorious for that floating Mario head. You know, it's kind of bizarre that they made a typing tutor with an M-Rain called The Typing of the Dead, which is based off House of the Dead.
Press the arrow key to move.
Anyway, I'm not gonna go typing with my home row because, well, I just don't like doing that. I just prefer typing tuning to it. But anyway, let's start.
In this lesson, we will learn how to type guide keys. These are A, F, D, F,
That's the movie.
J, L, semicolon, and spacebar. Let's start with the letter A. Press the well done. How about this one, Fred? Very good. Let's try another one. Very good. How about this one, Fred? Well done. How about this one, Fred? Very good.
J.
How about this one, Fred? Good
K.
job. Try this one, Fred. Good job. Let's try another one.
This is the standard QWERTY layout.
Good. Try this one. To make a space in a sentence. Well done. Let's practice some more.
Let's practice.
Have you practiced enough?
Now, every time it does a quiz game, which is basically like whack-a-mole, but if you press the keys.
To knock it down.
This is a fun minigame. Why is it always... Oh, there's an A key there. You know, I should really get one of those PS2 to USB adapters so I can put it on my gaming laptop.
Here's how you did.
Oh, A+, not bad.
Let's choose a lesson.
Let's do one more lesson.
In this lesson, we will learn how to type Q, Z, P, W, X, O. Let's start with the letter Q. Press. Good job. How about this one? Press. Well done. How about this one? Press the. Very good. How about this one? Press the W. Keep very good. Let's try another one. Press the X. Very good. How about this one? Press the.
I just don't know how to touch type. I prefer type.
Let's practice some more. Have you practiced enough? Let's test what you have
This
learned
is
so far.
not gonna be good.
Type the letter to knock it down.
You can see why I'm not good at touch typing normally. I prefer typing my 2 index fingers. Particularly laptops or those chiclet style keyboard.
Here's how you did.
Well, not bad. Oh, anyway. Well, I guess that's it for this accessory demonstration.
Now, I need to compare this keyboard to the PC Pal keyboard, which was used for the PC Pal V.Smile. While both of them are keyboards, it's rather obvious they're different controllers. This Word doc I wrote shows the differences between two controllers. The Smart Keyboard only works with the Smart Keyboard Smartridge, while the PC Pal keyboard only works with the PC Pal Island Smartridge. While you can use the Smart Keyboard on the PC Pal V.Smile, you cannot use the PC Pal keyboard on any other system for obvious reasons. If you thought the home systems, well, home V.Smiles actually, are the only V.Smiles I cover, oh boy, you haven't seen the other systems yet. There is a portable version of the V.Smile called the V.Smile Pocket, released the same year as the original V.Smile. Differences from the original V.Smile include the joystick being more D-pad, as evident by the up, down, left, and right directions, the enter button being small, which best assigned for your thumb, the color buttons below the LCD screen, and the help, learn zone, and exit buttons being below the LCD screen and orange border.
Now, I could have measured the dimensions, but because the LCD screen and the orange border protrudes on top, I don't think I could be able to do it. So, sorry for the inconvenience.
On the top, we still have separate on and off buttons, and a cartridge port. The Pocket also has controls for both volume and contrast. On the bottom, we have a headphone port and a button to activate the built-in microphone.
Oh shit, I also forgot to mention that there's actually an additional power port for a car adapter. In fact, I do have one, but I won't show it because, well, I believe this might take long.
However, in addition to the LCD screen, there's also a video out port for hooking up to a television. Unlike the V.Smile system, the cable is detachable and uses one of those 35mm jacks to RCA cables, which means you can place a cable at a lower cost. On the back, we have a battery compartment and a switch to change the position of the D-pad and enter button.
Okay, if you want to change from right hand and left hand, you just hold the switch and rotate these, and voila! Blue's right-handed and orange left-handed. And that only applies to the D-pad. As your right hand will still use the enter button, or left if you head to the left position. Notice I like how they change colors. Blue's right-handed, orange is left-handed. Well, for D-pad to be exact. Anyway, time to demonstrate. Now, in my first V.Smile demonstration, I picked Little Einsteins, Shrek's Dragon's Tail, and SpongeBob Day Light Sponge. Now, let's try out Scooby-Doo Funland Frenzy. Now, I want you to take a look at the screen.
V.Smile.
You see that? It's one of those STN screens. It's one that notorious for those motion blur. Yeah. This is not... Motion blur is not suitable for games. Yeah. This could be the reason why the Tiger GameCom became... Ahem. One of those. Let's try to zone.
Okay. Logic Map Rally.
Let's try out Map Rally and let me see what about the motion.
Catch the number that's on 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, look at that. Now this turns into a 0. This is really bad for things when in motion. Fortunately, some Smartridges make up for that by slowing down some of the gameplay, but still very noticeable. However, some Smartridges, like the Adventure Little Red Riding Hood, can be very noticeable with the motion STN screen.
However, it should be noted that earlier versions of the Pocket have an orange border, more orange to be exact, text surrounding help and exit buttons, and the speaker moved to a different position. In addition, there is also a variation where D-pad looks like an actual D-pad, solid colored buttons. Then in 2008, we got the V.Smile Cyber Pocket, a vastly updated version of the Pocket. It uses a clamshell design and it has a built-in drawing pad. Because of this, it also has a stylus. I know where they got the inspiration from. In addition to the exit, learn zone, help, and color buttons are moved to an outside area of the drawing pad, along with additional enter button for when you're using the pen. The volume control gels are moved to the bottom.
In addition, they also moved the headphone port to the bottom.
There's also a V.Link port here as well.
Okay, if you don't know what V.Link is, well, it's this dongle. Now this port is where you... Yeah, you plug it in, though it makes it a bit inconvenient.
However, the Cyber Pocket has an improved screen. Instead of that passive matrix screen, it's a TFT screen. Though the Cyber Pocket is designed for the later V.Smile games and the V-Motion games, as there is still choppy gameplay, but at least you can see what's going on. Some Cyber Pockets may have the standard cross-shaped D-pad, some can also be used light or left-handed, and those are the ones that has a video output and a microphone switch.
In concept, the V.Smile Pocket and Cyber Pocket are similar to the Sega Nomad and Turbo Express, which are handheld versions of the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive and PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16 respectively. Now, in case you don't know, those systems allow you to play their respective console games on the go natively, and the V.Smile Pocket and Cyber Pocket are similar to that. And like Turbo Express and Nomad, there aren't exclusive games made for Cyber Pocket. Although VTech did release V.Smile Pocket brand Smartridges, they're just V.Smile games and using a cartridge design similar to the V.Smile Motion. So, other than those, nothing unique about them. Oh, speaking of which...
The last V.Smile variant we will be talking about is the V.Smile Motion, or the V.Smile V-Motion, released in 2008 or 2007. I'm gonna say 2008. This one is a redesigned version of V.Smile. On the front, we still have the on and off buttons, with the former still doubling as a reset switch. The same V.Link port and cartridge port for inserting either the original V.Smile Smartridges, or these redesigned V-Motion Smartridges. But the controller ports are missing. This one uses a wireless controller that has a redesigned version of the original V.Smile joystick, which we will talk about soon. Now, the original prototypes show that the V-Motion joystick looks similar to the original V.Smile joystick. But we have got a controller we know today. However, it should be noted that some versions of V-Motion, like the one you see here, has a single PS2 port to accept standard V.Smile joystick. This means that revisions like these can also work with accessories like the Smartbook. On top, there's a compartment that holds up to 9 Smartridges. On the back, we still have the optional power and the RCA cable still hardwired. Okay, why do these plug-and-play manufacturers always use these hard-wired cables? I know it's for cheapness, but if they break, you're out of luck unless if you mod the console to accept standard RCA inputs. Ending my mag impression, I need to talk about the V-Motion Smartridges. They're more rounded on the top compared to the Ravens design of the original. In fact, some purple Smartridges were later re-released as V-Motion Smartridges, with some minor changes to work with the V-Motion's motion controls, and can sometimes use different arms. Speaking of motion controls, time to talk about the controller. This one, like I said before, is a heavily redesigned version of the V.Smile Motion. Usually we have the joystick on your left, that may wear down over time. The enter button on the right, although black before enter. Then the color buttons, exit, help, and learning zone buttons on the center. On the back, we have a battery compartment for 3 AAA batteries. A switch that can set the controller to be either player 1 or 2. Then, we have a rotator to rotate the center buttons, so that the controller can be used either right or left-handed. However, the real star of the controller is its motion controls. Now, the motion controls act similarly to a joystick and enter button presses, but it makes it a little more fluid, especially in the V.Smile racing games. Although I bet the reason why motion controls are there is because of the Wii's success.
Alright, time for demonstration motion controls. Now, a bit correction. It turns out the motion controls are actually sensitive. You see those LED lights over here? They'll glow to see which direction you're tilting. And it can be 2 different speeds. If you tilt slightly, then the LED light will be a solid, meaning the response will be slow. But if you tilt it all the way, it'll be flashing, meaning it will be, you guessed it, moving fast. Yeah, that's actually a lot more efficient compared to those bootleg game systems that try to knock off the Wii that only use motion controls similar to button presses. Anyway, I need to try to game demonstrate motion controls. You know, it would have been obvious to try out Action Mania, as that was actually a packing title for the V.Smile V-Motion. But, I want to try a racing game. And let's try out NASCAR Academy, Race Car Superstars. Well, there's lots of NASCAR games out there. And a lot of them I've never known there's one for V.Smile. I mean, if there's an NFL game for the V.Smile, there was one in Leapster though. But we're not there. Anyway, let's turn on. Now, let's turn the V-Motion on. Now, mine doesn't even have the V-Motion, V.Smile Motion, V-Motion logo. I mean, I'll show you on screen and see what it looks like.
V.Smile Motion.
NASCAR Academy, Race Car Super.
Oh, NASCAR Academy.
Anybody can put the pedal to the metal. But it takes skill to be a driver.
This one has an intro screen.
Drive fast. Think faster. NASCAR Academy, the checkered flag is waiting.
I actually like it. Now let me show you how these work.
Hey, welcome to NASCAR Academy. Choose a game to begin.
This one actually has won a few times where we have a
quick race
thing other than something learning.
Move the joystick, then press the enter button to choose.
Now, you can actually choose between our motion controls or joystick mode. Joystick mode, you can use, this is actually very helpful, especially if you're using a regular V.Smile joystick. Or you can use motion controls. Now, just because you can use motion controls doesn't mean you can't use a joystick. As there are times where you have to use it. And this NASCAR game,
Player 1, move the joystick.
Now let me show you how it works.
Race car.
Yeah, see? Let's pick this. I'm gonna pick this one.
Welcome to the big time.
I'm only gonna play a few moments of it.
Take your position. 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, I just switch gears by flicking the joystick. Oh, that car!
Move! Let's go! You've got skill.
Haha! Awesome! Whoa!
Smooth moves. Let's go. Smooth moves. Let's go.
Don't be afraid of first place forever, because every so often you might encounter those pit stops. Remember, strategically switch gears every so often. Don't bump into the front of the cars or else.
You've got skill. Keep going.
I don't want this one to take too long because... Whoa! Yeah. Where have I've seen it in cars.
Keep going.
Gotta go fast, gotta go fast, gotta go faster, faster, faster.
Move. Let's go.
Haha, I knocked you out, imposter. Oh, great, the kids are interested. Yeah, I won't be doing a full.
Don't let the cars pass you.
Now, if those meters go low, you might have to reach a pit stop.
Let's go. Are you sure?
Well, I believe that's enough. Oh, and let me show you the goodbye message. This one's unusual.
Please connect. Eat my dust.
Yeah, it's been unusual. Some don't even have a goodbye message. Like, Scooby-Doo Funland Frenzy. Well, those are the V-Smiles for you.
Also worth mentioning is the V.Smile Baby, which has its own architecture and it's not compatible with both the V.Smile and V.Motion Smartridges. Similarly, the V.Smile Baby Smartridges won't work with any other V.Smile system. Okay, for those that don't know about this, well, all the V.Smile Smartridges will work in any V.Smile unit except for the Baby. For example, a V.Smile Motion or V.Motion Smartridge will work on the regular V.Smile, but without the motion controls. Similarly, a regular V.Smile Smartridge will work on the V.Smile Motion, or V-Motion. But the motion controls will not work, even if it's also available in the V-Motion. Similarly, they will work in the PC Pal, Pocket, and Cyber Pocket. However, only the home systems, in other words, all any V.Smile has PS2 support will work with these cards Smartridge requires accessory for obvious reasons.
Okay, time for one more accessory demonstration. The Smartbook. Now, unlike those other two sets demonstrated, they do not come with only one Smartridge to work with. Rather, it only has multiples. All Smartbooks came with a Scooby-Doo and 9-Fres No-Delight Smartridge, while the other three are Toy Story 2, Dora the Explorer Gets Puppy, and Spider-Man Friends, Where's Hulk? Now, this device looks similarly to the original Leapfrog LeapPad, which goes to know it's that device that combines cartridges with books. But the idea of using an interactive book with TV interactivity actually dates back to the Sega Pico. Now, for those who don't know what that system is, it's an educational game system made by Sega Toys, which is a division of Sega's company. Now, the way it works is that those special Pico books actually are cartridges. Now, they are controlled by using either its graphic tablet pen or by directional input. And turning a page actually changes the page on the television. But it was so popular in Japan that it came out with a successor system titled Pico Bina. It was released only in Japan. And because of that, it has some anime stuff, which I guess you can explain why. And it's kind of ironic that they put Pokemon on there, which is from Sega's former rival Nintendo. But the reason why I brought those up is because, in concept, the Smartbook is similar to them. But rather than being the activity books being contained in the cartridge, the cartridge activity books are separate. Then again, because it requires V.Smile, you can see why. But the weird thing is, VTech actually tried this concept again, but this time with the VTech Create Story. Creating collaboration with Disney. And it looks similar to LeapPad mixed with the Sega Pico. Anyway, let's pop it in. Now, this one requires batteries. Let's see how much better. I think it requires a few AAAs, I think. Anyway, let's plug this thing in and give it a shot. Let's get the pen out. We put in this little caddy. Anyway, let's open it up. We have the options. Now, Scooby-Doo! Hey! Let's do the usual. Yeah.
Click the footprint.
Now you can click press turn the background on or off. Or set the difficulty to either easy or
difficult. Easy.
And here's your activity.
Fred, Velma, Daphne, Shaggy, Scooby-Doo.
Now, if you want to add to this page, you tap on the popper on the right side. Now, they usually start with story.
The Mystery Inc. gang was on its way to the mansion of Colonel Beauregard Sanders, who had left Scooby-Doo some money in his will.
What a creepy place to read a will,
Shaggy said.
Now, during each page, they get to play a little minigame.
In this hall. We need to pass by the cylinder shape rock to get to the mansion. Can you see it, Scoob?
Choose the shape by clicking the rock in the book.
Cylinder shape. Awesome. We need to pass by the bowl shape rock to get to the mansion.
Have a bowl, Mr. Shaggy Rogers!
Bowl shape. You got it. We need to pass by the cone shape rock to get to the mansion. Can you see it, Scoob? Cone shape.
Oh, look, cone shape. Like an ice cream cone shape. Yeah, there are usually 2 or 3 puzzles to solve with each game.
Your score.
Perfect score!
Do you want to know? Click the...
Well, you gotta read the story again.
Click the Let's Explore icon.
Like you would have to inherit a...
Shaggy or Scooby? Or you can press the exit to exit. But one of the favorite things to do is the Let's Explore. Tap on Explore pen or press this Learning Zone button.
Time to explore.
Which sounds like Let's Explore.
Hey there, mystery mates. Let's do some shape exploring.
Click up.
This rock is cylinder shape.
Yeah. No of these pages actually have the Let's Explore option. Now, why don't we go to another page? Yeah, every time we go to transition, you're presented with cutscene. I think it's only in this one.
The lawyer, Mr. Creeps, read the will.
To get your share of the fortune, each of you must spend the night in the Sanders family mansion, which is haunted.
Haunted?
Who is the woman wearing a red skirt?
Choose the person Shaggy is looking for by clicking him or her in the book.
Velma.
Jankies.
You got it. Velma is wearing a red skirt.
Yeah.
Who is the man wearing a gray suit? Nephew Normal. Good job. Nephew Normal is wearing a gray suit. Who is the man wearing an orange scarf? Fred.
Hey Fred, why a scarf? Why'd you mind your own fucking business, pal?
Orange scarf.
Oh man, I got it from an ad.
Here is your score.
Yes!
Do you want to click the Let's Play icon to play a game? Click the Let's Explore icon to explore the pictures on the page. Click the Let's Read icon to listen to the story.
Mr. Creeps, they sure picked the right lawyer for this job.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess that's it for the accessories. Oh, one quick thing. If you're wondering why this blue whale plush was in the scenes where I was demonstrating the Smart Keyboard and Smartbook, well, this is Bob Oxy from Mud and Friends. When I was about to shoot the Smart Keyboard demonstration, my camera has been, auto-focusing badly a lot. So I just faced the camera like this to double check to see if it was focusing right. And to double check, I put Bob Oxy here. So if you're wondering why he's in those scenes, you don't know why. Anyway, what about collecting V.Smile games? Most of the V.Smile games you'll find online are either complete in box or a loose cartridge. Well, there's a reason for that. The packing material used. It's one of those that requires destroying the package to free the cartridge. God,
Most gamers often have the desire to keep the boxes, but these boxes are not good. Now, inside each V.Smile Smartridge box, we have the game itself and a mail with a message from the then Vice President of Marketing at VTech, Julia Fitzgerald.
If you're buying systems, games, or accessories, I recommend you get them in bundles as it saves you a ton on shipping. Well, for the yellow Smartridges, good luck trying to find them in bundles that includes those required accessories. And as for the Smartbook and the Smartridges, well, the Smartbook and the Smartridges are really easy to find. The activity books are hard to find. In fact, I never bought any the rest of the Smartbook Smartridges for obvious reasons.
Okay, let's talk about the V.Link. This dongle allows you to connect to a service to play bonus games on a computer. Now, here's how that works. If a game is compatible with the V.Link, there will be some achievements to earn coins. Once you unlock any coins, you can transfer them to the V.Link. Then, you plug in the V.Link into the computer via USB to access software. Now, because of how outdated the V.Link is, I won't demonstrate it. The V.Link can also be used to save high scores, making it like a leaderboard for the learning kids. However, the V.Link is only compatible with the 3rd generation V.Smile, the Cyber Pocket, V.Motion, and PC Pal.
Well, those are all the things needed for V.Smile. Now, here's the interesting thing. I need to explain why the V.Smile system was so obscure. And most of them are just negative factors. The first reason is lack of professionally developed games. Well, except for when Disney Arcturus. Most of the V.Smile games were developed in-house by VTech, compared to big name systems and leapfrog frogs, as the latter got developed like Way Forward and Taurus Games to make games for the platform. By the platform, I meant their platforms. And the second issue is lack of big name game franchises. And like I said before, most of the stuff are just licensed material. Though, I really debate about saying that, as the leapfrog frogs did some of the same problem, but they did get Sonic the Hedgehog for their platforms! And that problem still applies to V.Smile. But the third biggest reason why the V.Smile became so obscure is that there's a whole slew of entertainment games on the big name system and computers even before the V.Smile existed! And as a final nail in the coffin, guess what also arrived in 2004? The Nintendo DS! Which, as we all know, became the best-selling handheld console of all time and second best-selling console of all time. But despite these issues, the V.Smile survived. While it was discontinued in 2010, games were still produced for it up until the year 2012. That's interesting. Now, between that, VTech also made some interesting entertainment game systems, such as a successor, or more accurately, a spin-off system called the V-Flash. As a matter of fact, in Europe, it was called the V.Smile Pro. Now, unlike the V.Smile, which uses cartridges called Smartridges, the V.Smile uses optical disc storing caddy. The V-Flash uses optical disc storing caddy called V-Discs. Now, optical discs and caddy nothing new. I mean, we have things like the DVD RAM, early CD-ROM, Sony CRV disc, and most notably the mini disc. The V-Flash is not the only game system to use optical disc and caddy, as the most well-known console to use them was the PlayStation Portable with its UMDs, which I talked about in the last episode, so check it out if you would. But the V-Flash does have a distinction of being the only home game system to use optical disc and caddy, even if it wasn't meant to compete against the big name systems. Now, VTech also made some other products, such as the Mobile Go, the InnoTab, and the V-Reader. Now, what about VTech nowadays? They still produce cordless telephones, like I said before, but they don't make educational game systems anymore. Possibly because we have smart devices. And speaking of which, they mostly made their kiddie tech, which are, get this, kids' versions of your smartwatch and smartphones! Well, I guess that's it for this episode of VintageTech and Season 1 of the series. Now, Season 2 will come sometime in 2023. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! And don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about my later. Anyway, I'll see you later.